Alrighty. Roll that joint. Pick out the seeds and stems. Oh, no. That's not where we're going. Sharp Customs. We're rolling. We're not rolling that way. Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, baby. That's all you need. No, we're not. Shut up, Sharpie. Here we are. We're gonna discuss. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. It's the garage dog. He's just messing around with my stuff. That's what he's doing. We're here to talk about this this chassis. Yes, more quarter scale stuff, but I don't care. It's what I love. Hey, get. And this is the frame I received from Stephen Mathers from the Isle of Wight. Basically, pretty close to England, right off the English Channel. I hope I'm right. I hope my geography is right. But yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit about the mock-up, kind of what I'm going to do with this project. Wants me to build him a car, obviously. Now this style of frame is basically it's a 30s style, you know, Ford Coupe, Chevys that year were pretty similar. This one more represents, you know, the Fords, you know, a custom at that. So basically we're going to take the time and we're going to mock it up. And yeah, right now it doesn't look like a whole lot, but let's do it. I'll talk you along the way. How about that? Like I always do. And this is just going to be a short video. I promise. Don't worry. So, let's see. What do I got down here? So, I've got a piece of wood and a 3D printed blower. I got it sitting on a block of wood. This is going to kind of be the mock-up. I'm thinking about creating a you know, a small block Chevy to scale, probably with this 3D printed supercharger on it. And my idea is that inside the engine block is where I can actually put the battery and the receiver, you know, to run the vehicle, run the servos, the radio system, whatnot. I was thinking that'd be pretty cool because where the motor's going to reside, I've got a little spot here where I can probably put the fuel tank. I can either put it here, possibly here somewhere. I'm not going to really know till I kind of hang a body over this, which I haven't got yet. But I am going to show you a picture at the end of the video, so make sure you watch it because I'm going to show you what this bad boy is going to look like. So, you saw the video. I casted out a straight axle for this, one of two. So basically, today I put the little levers on it, spindles, if that's what you want to call them. We've got the spindles. They're from the Rayco Jackrabbit. They just got pins through them. They're pressed. They're working pretty good. Let's, what do you say we put some wheels? Now, whether these are the wheels I'm going to use, I'm not 100% sure. They fit these spindles. I think I need a little bit taller wheel. These are 5.5, and when I scale things out, you'll see, when I scale things out according to the back wheels I want to run on this, these should be roughly anywhere from 6 to 6.5 inches tall, but they're only 5.5. But you'll see, they look pretty cool, even with the back ones. But my truck right behind the beautiful camera girl actually has the front wheels I might end up using, because those are 6 1/4, and they actually kind of match the the rear primal RCs that I will show you in a minute. So basically the straight axle resides right around here. We're just mocking it up just to get an idea what it looks like. Let's put, I got a block here. It's roughly an inch just to raise the frame up. Leave my stuff alone. So, and also today, I did some work on the rear gearbox, which you all know. This is my homemade grinder rear differential. Basically drilled and tapped with a NTP tap. Put a grease nipple in there so that you can actually squirt some grease down in there. I did put some grease. I didn't squirt it through the grease nipple. I greased up the gears. I had to tack weld this outer shaft where it pressed on and the inner shaft. So I took this apart, actually spun it all on the lathe, actually tack welded it on the little mini lathe to make sure that it all stayed true, which it did, which was you know, kind of nice. So yeah, machined this, took the ring clip out, took the pinion gear out, machined this down to 10 millimeter because the little drive shaft that I'm going to order off of Amazon, which believe is for one of them self-propelled lawnmowers. When you pull the handle, the wheels drive it. They actually have these neat little drive shafts that are a little slip spline. That's a funny word, eh? Slip spline. Say that 3 times fast, eh? Slip spline, slip spline, slip spline. And they got little universals on the end, which is going to make a great drive shaft. Let's I'm going to put the back wheels on this axle. Oh, before I go there, so basically I'm going to have rear trailing arms, and basically what I use is I use a bearing like this. It's a swivel bearing, and basically you just put set screws, you know, into an aluminum trailing arm. That's kind of, you know, if you watch the truck videos, that's what I got on my rear trailing arms on the truck. This one's been floating around the shop. As you can see, it fits on, and what it allows is basically it allows the shafts to spin. You know, it can rotate, but it also allows it to have its own kind of independence this way, which is pretty cool. Problem is I got this one. I can't find its brother, sister, whatever. I had them. Probably have to, you know, try and find these little swivel bearings. Make the trailing arms. Just food for thought. Let's throw some wheels on this. I got one here. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this little hub that I made. I'm just going to stick this one on, and then I'll show you on the other wheel. I'm just going to snug these. I'm not going to put them like, you know, scrappy tight. Oh, you gotta love those wheels, eh? 7.5 inch. So for scale, basically your real vehicle would have roughly a 29 to 30 inch tall wheel, which my truck, yes, I run 30 inch tall wheels on the back, 26s on the front, and if you do the whole quarter down thing, that works out to 7.5 on the rear and roughly 6.5 on the front, and that's kind of my target. These ones 5.5, so they're tiny bit small for the, you know, for scale. So here we go. I got the other wheel. I'm going to show you, if you watched my other videos way back when I was first building the truck, I've made these It's a 24 millimeter hex. I actually made these. I poured these. I have a mold to pour the hex, and then I machined them. They fit into the 24 millimeter hex. Now, the whole idea when I made this rear end, never knew that it was going to actually become part of a project. The drive shafts, or the axle shafts, they're just a wee bit short, like say 1/2 inch. But I could remake these hubs, you know, an extra whatever I want, 1/2 inch, 3/4, an inch. Just thought I would show you those. Seen somebody that actually just bought something pretty similar to these on the quarter scale group, which was kind of interesting. Very similar, considering I made these. They work awesome. I'll just snug this, and then basically, yeah, I just use set screws to hold it to the axle. Obviously on the truck I put little flat spots in there on the axle because I had this issue with the set screws kind of backing off. We're just going to snug these. They don't need to be tight. Grease nipple faces up. So we're going to stick this roughly where it goes. And I'm not even 100% sure where it goes. I'm thinking it resides right underneath this crossbar. See, I'm pretty close to the frame here, which if you have movement, you know, back and forth this way, it's obviously going to, the tires are going to rub. And of course I've got another block of wood to represent the height of the frame. So this is, like I say, this is all just mock-up, you know, just to kind of get an idea. This piece of wood fell out. Doesn't really matter. It's rolling around. It's got a life of its own. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. You know, it is what it is. Come on, stay there, damn it. Just stay there. There we go. Okay, let's not even put that one there. We'll just leave the front end there. And I've got a piece of tubing which is going to represent my 6-inch or 6.5 inch drive shaft. I got a little piece of rubber tubing. I'm just going to stick it on here because I just need something to take up space. There we go. And then we've got the power plant. We've got this 35cc racing engine. Now, we got this pipe on here. Now I messed with this pipe. You can see I got some tack welds here. Yeah, I'm not a tuned pipe guy. I like to run a canister muffler. You know, where I run my cars, I run canister mufflers because the tuned pipes are just, you know, they're loud. But you can extend this tube and you can run a, you know, like a stinger, a silencer. You know, you've seen that in my other videos. So this basically is going to go something like so. Now whether this exhausts to the ground or it comes out under or over the rear axle, you can put a little muffler back here, you can put a silencer, a stinger. I kind of like the configuration. This should sit right inside the cab of the car nicely. And I wish I could get this block of wood to sit here properly. But, you know, it's all a little wonky. It's just, like I say, it's mock-up. It's kind of for fun. Just to give us an idea of what this thing is gonna kind of look like. You know, I got to make the wishbone trailing arms back to these points. I'm just gonna have a look at it, see if it's somewhat centered up. Not even sure where the fake motor will sit. I got some pretty cool ideas for the fake motor blower. battery compartment, you know, receiver compartment, because that's kind of, you know, I got this dead space. Why not use it for something? Like I say, I got space over the drive shaft for a fuel tank. You could probably put the fuel tank right on top here, you know, or you could put the fuel tank here. It's kind of, it's a balancing act, I guess, when I'm building something like this, like where I want weight. Might want some weight at the back, might want to keep the back light, put the weight up front. That way it does, you know, bitchin' donuts. But, and I mocked up this. Yeah, it looks like a giant guitar pick. But anyhow, you can see what it's supposed to represent. It's supposed to represent kind of a 34 grill. I think I did a pretty good job on it. It is somewhat, well, should be fairly to scale. Now this is going to reside, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I'm going to double this up. I'm going to carve it out, probably cut it out, and this actually might become what I actually mold for the front grill section. As far as the grill itself, that could be interesting, because I might actually do that with, you know, 1/8 wire. Make it authentic, you know. We'll see. So this is going to kind of reside there somewhere, something like that. I don't know. Overall, okay, now I have a hard time picturing it because I don't have a body made yet. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for some molds, but I get a little impatient. So you never know. You know, I did carve out foam and wood to create the 50s Chevy truck bodies, and you never know. I know a few people. I have a few friends, relatives, whatnot, that have these style of cars. You know, wouldn't take much for me to call them so they could bring the car down, and I could take a few hundred or so measurements, and yeah, kind of do the same thing. Carve it out of foam, wood, whatever, make my buck, you know, start producing 34 Coupe bodies. Whether this car is going to have fenders, it's kind of to be foreseen. I'm going to show you a picture of what I think this quarter scale RC hot rod should look like when it's finished. I'm going to bring it up on my phone because that's the only place I have it. And this is kind of my idea. I think it's pretty bitchin' looking. Big fat tires, little skinnies on the front, big blower motor, roof chop, nice stance. There you go. That's my thoughts on what this could possibly look like in the end game. And I think that video was pretty dang short. So, there you have it. Don't know what I was about to say. Lost it. Look at this mongrel. Wants to play. That's all he ever wants to do is play, 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 play. Hey, come here. Max. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go. Get on the camera. Yeah, that's all he wants to do is play. He's stolen, like, I get a stack of welding gloves, and he takes my welding gloves and he literally chews the fingers off of them. He's crazy. He's crazy. So there you have it. I think the overall, even just that, you know, I look at that right there, just that the little mock-up I just showed you, and I go, yeah, that's pretty wild looking. you know. Can't wait to get it finished. I can't wait to take it for a rip, because you know I'm going to take it for a rip. Even though it's a client's, I still have to run it. I got to try it. I got to run it. Of course, I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to roll it over like my Chevy pickup, stuff like that. But you know I'm definitely going to try it. Just to make sure it works. Even if this thing makes its way all the way back to England and sits on a shelf for its whole life, it's still going to be a bitchin' quarter scale project. Now, I'm not doing it the way most guys would do it. You know, they put an expensive rear end in it. They put the leaf spring in the front. They would basically make it all authentic to what a 34 Ford should look like. Now, this is kind of between me and the fella from England, and you know, we're you know, obviously there's always a budget. You know, this is not a high dollar budget project. It's not a low dollar budget project, but I don't care, man. It'll still be a wicked cool looking quarter scale hot rod in the end game. So, that being said, Shark Customs, share, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget, I love to read your comments. I love to reply to the comments. Peace. I'm out.